afternoon. We've shifted position. Shifted A position. Anyway, and we've got the easel set up. And we've got one or two things kind of organised a little bit. So I'm just try this one again. And see, I wasn't that fussed with the last one. It's difficult. Having been used to stage 1 in there, I'm now on stage 2, and so it's going to take a little bit to figure out just what's going to work and what's not going to work. So I'm going to try this one, see where it goes. I keep sticking them up anyway, and hopefully it'll be all right. We'll wait and see. It's chucking it down out there. All that snow. Last weekend we were snowed under, couldn't move. This weekend, rain. And so, decided to come down here, out of the way for a little while. I was sitting quite happily in the chair this morning. You probably guess I'm just busily trying to figure out the paints and things like that, so I'll see how it works. And we'll maybe get into a little bit. I've been watching, going back, rehashing a lot of stuff that I used to look at and various things. And I've not really, there's a lot of it I like and a lot of it I don't like. As I said, the acrylics is going to be a difficult one. And we're going to have a little shot and see what happens. Can I get the hang of things? Yeah, well I can, but normally, as I said, I had stage 1 there, which was, you know, sounds, well, that was it. Well, and this, so it's difficult. But anyway, I was sitting quietly this morning and flicking through Gumtree. Having a look at what I can't sell right now. I can't sell anything at this moment in time. You have kind of flushes where you know, it works for you and it doesn't work for you, and this is one of the kind of barren periods. I've got bits and pieces on, but we're not doing much at all. Plus I've set up the lighting slightly different here too, to see whether I can get a better light on the canvases. Yeah, just have a look at it and see, try 2 or 3 different things. There's not many places I can put this. As I say, when the summer comes, it's outside, so maybe a better business altogether. Back into the sticks. I've got a couple to go at, but I'm going to have to wait till I'm in the frame of mind for it all. It's quite a shock to the system in some ways or other, like, you know. It's a necessary shock, I suppose, but it's been a shock to the system. So I played around with the lighting and whatnot, and the heating. It's a good heater again, but I can't adjust it. It's either warm, really warm, or it's really cold. There is no, so I'm going to probably have to go and get something. Maybe I'll look at the gas situation. Put a little bit. Should have had central heating in actually. No complaint to download, like, no. Anyway, I was sitting quite happily this morning and flicking through Gumtree. And the good lady, of course, she's a marvellous creature, so she is, but she keeps me informed of things that I really don't need to know. And I've said to her at times, Chris, do I need to know this before you tell me it? But, oh well, it's just a case of, so, right. I don't pay attention to what happens a lot in the world. I really don't. I don't really watch the news. I'm on social media, and Twitter and Instagram, Facebook and all that, but I just use it as and when I feel like it, and I take out quite a little bit. I don't really, the weather's the only thing that interests me, which basically stops you getting out and about. Well, at one time it didn't stop me. I'd do anything in any types of weather. It didn't really bother me. Even that carry on last week there, I'd have marched on through, hiked on through everything and all things. It wouldn't bother, but now, no. So anyway, I was sitting there quite the thing. Away in a little world, and it always amazes me what people expect to get for stuff, the value they put on it, and but anyway, when suddenly she pipes up and thing would, have you ever been tested for pancreatic cancer? She says, where did that come from? Oh, it's just, I'm reading something here right now. You've never had pancreatic cancer. Saturday morning. I really don't want to think about any kind of cancer, never mind pancreatic cancer, like, you know. I'm sure it's concerned to people who have actually got it or not, like, you know, I mean, it's a frightening bloody word nowadays, that bloody word cancer, for everybody and nobody. There's no age limit on it, but at one time when I was a young boy, just, you know, horror stories spoken about it, but it was way back in the early days and whatnot and that, and then as I reached teens, early teens, I had a good friend who took leukemia, Joe, and it was a terrible business that altogether, like, you know. So suddenly I'm sitting there with a mind that's switched off. I've got a mind that's now switched on. I'm thinking about pancreatic cancer. It's just, I'll tell you that thing, like, you've never, I says, no, I haven't, no. It's like, oh, I don't know about that. And I said, well, I really, Grace, I wasn't really wanting to think about pancreatic cancer in the morning. Oh, right, yeah. I says, I have said to you before, you know, about, oh, but you will insist and keep me informed in the latest. So, anyway, so there you are. I went, oh yeah, if I've been switched on, I was now switched on and whatnot. So, what you don't know won't do you any bloody harm, as I've always said, like, you know, and if it does, it we're too late to make any bloody difference. And then after that, we got a bit about gun control in America. Miami's passed some law to do with women who've got to be older before they can own a gun. Yeah, right, okay, fair enough, like, you know. It's not the guns that are the problems. The guns aren't the problem. It's the people behind them. It's the hassle. Guns in themselves are bloody inanimate objects. Ammunition, guns don't do anything themselves. It's people that do are the problem. It's time to get a hold of it. That's the hassle. So I says, well, I'll lay down. Calling it a studio. I'll call it a studio now, man. But it's not big enough to be a workshop, so I have to go call it a studio, like, you know. So I'm trying to get into it, into the feel for it all, and so I'll make these at the same time because I quite enjoy rattling on, and it's a good escape for me. And I don't know whether there's people out there that enjoy listening to it, but I enjoy making it at times, so I really would want to stop, but we'll wait and see what they turn out like and what it'll be. But as I say, I've got the canvas set up, sorted out the easel. That was, mind you, it's been battered about for donkey's years, it's all over the place. I had to straighten it up, and it is a floor standing easel. But when I did that small one at the back, I had it stand on the floor, but it takes up too much room. There's no time, so I really mount it on the table. The reason we're on this size of canvas is when the son gave me the paints, he also gave me 2 canvases, and so that's it. So we've got that size, and it's a big thing to fill. But I was looking around for some, though it wouldn't be any good now. I had some old gesso for giving the canvas a kind of seal up, but we'll use what we've got now and figure out whether we're going to. I used to quite enjoy it, but I don't really know how it's going to work now. It's a difficult thing to get into again. As I say, I've been watching 1 or 2 things on YouTube, Bob Ross and William Alexander. I'd forgotten all about William Alexander. Oh dear. And I quite like the impressionistic style of it all. And Kevin, this lad Kevin, who's very, very good there. But in some ways, you don't really want to copy that. You can use part of people's styles and people's ways of doing things, and I think it's good to incorporate. If you see something that works or work for you, I think it's good, but to try and copy something exactly as somebody else is doing it, I don't really think there's much value in that, to tell you the truth. But people do like the results of, and they're not that bad, they're very good. But the videos are set up in such a way, and Kevin, the young Kevin lad in particular, might not say young, but anyway, he's running through his, but his are all geared to selling instructional videos or DVDs after it. So he's really giving you bits and pieces in the end result, and the end result's bloody good, but what he does on the way through doesn't really give you a full, any kind of picture in terms of how he achieves what he does. So the deal is that you'll buy the DVDs after it, and which is fair dues, because it's, and a lot of people love it, so that's good. I don't knock it. That's in the eye of the beholder at the end of the day, as you see things. But as I say, I've got it set up now. We'll try this video here, see what works, and then we'll have a wee look at seeing whether we can put some paint on. I was always one of these people who didn't really know where I was going with any kind of painting until I actually had maybe a vague idea, but that could change very quickly depending on the initial setup and what happened. And it's always good to be versatile, I think, when you're at this game. But it is a big, it's a big canvas, and it can be intimidating at times, having too much. But we'll see. And that's why the last one I cut it down to make it look like a photograph. Basically because parts of it didn't really work well. So when I did it, the sky and the hills and the thing, there was a centre piece on it that actually worked really well. But as I said, big canvases, it takes a different mindset in some ways. But we'll see. Anyway, we'll leave it at that now. I can get back to you. I forgot to set the timer again. But we'll see how this one works, and we'll maybe do a little bit, maybe a bit of paint on canvas the next time. But there's certainly no walking with it anyway, that's for certain. So oh, could, but don't do rain. Rust nowadays, I'm afraid. That's, you know. Anyway, hope it works, this one. We'll catch you again. Cheers.